You talk about basketball players, they're confident when they go out on there. If I shoot, man, I've put in 1,000 reps. My shot's gonna go in, I'm confident.
I'd love to be confident in things, but I would hate that people thought I was arrogant. I hate that fake it till you make it, that comment, that way it's worded.
In order to build confidence, to take that first step, you have to put your pride on the line. And then that's where the arrogance comes through, right? Because people are too arrogant where they won't take that first step.
Okay, December. Oh, I feel like sick to my stomach.
All right, babes. You think what I'm thinking?
Probably not. Welcome to another episode of Into Minds, where heart
and hustle
meet the mic.
Super excited to have you all back in today. I thought it would be interesting because we've been having these beautiful discussions about various different things, but we commonly come back to, when we watch back the footage of things that we film, and when we look back at stuff we're doing, we often are quite hard on ourselves and self-critical. At least I am. I mean, I hear you all the time, that's not what I look like in person and all of that stuff, but why is my hair like this? So I think I wanted to talk about confidence, because I think sometimes we can be quite confident, other times we're a little self-doubting. So I wanted to talk about what confidence is and just flow with that. But I guess my understanding of self-confidence comes from, we are confident in ourselves when we don't necessarily care as much about what the outside is saying. So confidence is such an intrinsic thing. It's something you feel within. No one else can tell you you're confident. You have to be confident in yourself, and it comes from your own internal systems that you're doing. And I think confidence is so closely related to habits, because confidence comes from repeating something and getting comfortable with doing it.
I like what you said about, self-confidence, that it is something that is created or is built through doing habits or doing things that you get a positive response from, and then you feel more like, okay, I'm going to do that again, right? And that comes from confidence, and confidence is gained by doing things. You're not going to get confidence by going, yep, I need to do that, and not do it, right? It's not going to do anything for you, but it's the doing things and getting more confident, and you said comfortable with it, like things that build our confidence, these things that, things that build our confidence can be just little things that we do every day. When we achieve something. It could be something that's new, but we achieve it and it gives us confidence. Okay, I can achieve that. I'm going to try and do something else again. Maybe tomorrow I'm going to try and do something that I haven't done before and gain confidence in that.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing, because I think there's so many layers to what confidence is. Whether it's self-confidence or self-esteem and things like this, but we'll try be as focused in on just confidence in that blanket term. But I feel like confidence as well is so tied to those habits that you talked about, because I genuinely think when you're confident, it's because you're comfortable. And this is where I kind of want to steer away from self-esteem, because I feel like it's being comfortable and confident in your own skin and things like that. That stems from habits that build confidence and trust in yourself, right? That's a way I would describe confidence, is trust in self. And so you talk about basketball players, they're confident when they go out on there. If I shoot, man, I've put in 1,000 reps. My shot's going to go in, I'm confident. But there is a line, isn't there, between confidence and arrogance? Would you say?
Are you saying basketball is arrogant?
No, not at all. Not at all. Confident people.
Confident.
But is there a line?
Well, confidence, arrogance, what is the line? Is it the way you present it? The way you present yourself? The way you act? Your attitude? Is that what makes a difference between I'm confident in this or I'm better than you because I can do this. Is that a little bit more arrogant?
Yeah, well, that's an interesting thought, right? Because is arrogance just a label that people put on confident people that they don't like?
Look at Muhammad Ali. He used to always talk smack to his opponent.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just waste you, and people would say that's confidence.
Yeah.
Right? He's talking himself up. He's been confident. Others would say he's been arrogant.
Yeah.
Is
it just, that's, now I'm like thinking, I'm like, is arrogant just a word you use for someone you don't like who's confident? He's like, oh, I don't like that guy, so it's arrogance.
No, I think it's when there's confidence that comes with kind of like I'm better than you. That's when I think it becomes a little bit more arrogant. When they kind of, see, I can be confident, but we're still equal. Whereas I feel like someone who's arrogant is, okay, I'm better than you. Do you know they raise their abilities or whatever worth as being, I'm more important than you are.
All right, so LeBron James was on a podcast and he said, I'm the greatest basketball player of all time. Is that him being arrogant then?
No, I think that's just him being confident.
Because I think that's confidence. I think that's him being like, yeah, like...
If he went...
But he said he's the greatest of all time.
If he said, I'm the greatest basketball of all time, because I can waste Michael Jordan and LeBron James,
but that's
he starts
implied.
putting them... No, but it's not. He's not saying it. Like, he's not going out and putting someone else down. Do you know what I mean? Like, yes, he is saying that he's the greatest of all time. All of the others are probably saying they're the greatest of all time as well, right? But I think it's when, in that same breath, you put someone down, like that shifts to arrogance. Because I hear what you're saying. Like, when you say you're the greatest of something, then it is implied that you're putting yourself above other people, right? But I feel like the difference is your integrity, your values, how you are perceived by the world.
Well, is it fair to say then, because I like what you're saying, is it then that confidence is building yourself up, but arrogance is building yourself up while tearing others down?
Or not even just by tearing others down, but just making people know that you're better than them. But not like confidence, I think, comes from you're confident, but you allow other people the space to be confident too.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You allow, you're in a space where you wouldn't even encourage confidence in other people. Whereas arrogance is like very self-centered, self-focused. And I could be wrong, this is just my take. An arrogant person I would kind of steer away from, whereas a confident person I'd be drawn to. And the only difference would be possibly is who they are as a person. Because to me, an arrogant person, like I keep saying, it would see themselves as better. Whereas a confident person, I'm so confident in myself that I don't need to belittle anybody. Or, in fact, I'm so confident I want you to feel this as well and come on this journey with me. You know, it's a different kind of way of looking and way of being, I feel. Yeah. But I could be wrong. That's just my take on it. I'd love to be confident in things, but I would hate that people thought I was arrogant.
Yeah, I agree, because arrogant is obviously a bad term.
Yeah, it's a negative.
Yeah, it's definitely a negative connotation behind it. So then what is the opposite of arrogance? I would think it's humility, right? So then what characterizes a humble person?
Well, again, it's that you can be confident and humble. And that's, like, okay, I used to play touch, believe it or not, and I played with some New Zealand players, right? And I remember playing with them, and of course I was the weakest player in the team. And probably one of the best players in New Zealand was in the same team as me. And he was confident, but he was not arrogant. And he was confident to the point that he made me feel as an important part of that team as much as he was. That I was valued in that team as much as he was. Whereas I would feel if he was arrogant, he would have just tried to play the game by himself, and win by himself at all costs. And, I can catch a ball. Don't worry about that. I can pass a ball. But, someone else who I would feel would be arrogant wouldn't be the best team player to play with. You know what I mean? Whereas a confident but humble player is one that is a team player who will encourage and support everyone in that team.
Yeah, I love that. You raise them to your level.
Yeah.
Rather than pushing them down, to raise yourself up, right?
Yeah.
Which would be an arrogant person. I think it's hard though, because I think a lot of what you're talking about in my head just characterizes what a good leader is. But I guess that does come with arrogance and humility, right? There's that saying, that phrase that we love, that the greatest leaders are the greatest followers.
Yes.
And so if you're humble but confident and you bring people along with you, that characterizes an amazing, confident person. Whereas if you're confident and you have to push others down in order to boost yourself up, that's an arrogant person who you said you kind of want to stay clear of. And so it probably reflects, right? If you're an arrogant person, it reflects in the people you're around and the environments that you're in. And so quiet confidence, I always hear that phrase, quiet confidence. And so it's just that self-belief, like, hey, I've done this 1,000 times, I can do it again. I've practiced this, I've built a habit from this, I can do it. But it's not, I've built a habit from doing this over and over again. Now I'm going to make sure I get advantaged and put that guy down so his confidence goes out the window. When
you're confident, you don't need to prove things to other people. Whereas maybe it's when you're arrogant, you feel like you have to. And maybe arrogance comes from a little lack of confidence. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
But insecurity.
And so you have to hide it by putting it on others.
Yeah, or by faking it. By like you said, by putting others down to build yourself up.
Yeah.
It's one of those things I want to pick up again now that I'm older and get confidence, because that gave me confidence, and I want to feel confident again in that area.
Do it.
Yeah, because I'm only going to get confident in it by doing it.
Yeah. It'll come back like that.
No, it won't. I'll be like, oh, my bones are aching. Oh, hang on, kick. Oh, can't even lift my leg up to do a kick to the ankle. That will be the extent of it. They'll be like, Hilda, you're meant to be kicking to the hip. I'm like, no, I just broke my hip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's good. Well, then that's like the perfect example, I guess, of how people lose confidence, right? We talked about how people, like, kind of what confidence is, but you lose it by just being out of practice, by stopping it, right? You talked about your martial arts, and you were very confident back then when someone approached you in a bar and stepped you out. You were confident in yourself and in your skills and in your habits that you had built. I'll be fine. But now, if a similar thing happened, I'm sure it's fair to say you wouldn't be as confident as you were back then when you were practicing, right? And so that's how people lose confidence then, isn't it?
Yeah, because I may not be confident in my physical skills now, but I'm confident I could talk them out of it.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Because that's your practice, right? That's what you're practicing every day.
Exactly, that's what I do every day. So it's that, you're right, it's when you, but even when you, like, stop something, even for a few weeks, you can lose confidence. When we play pickleball, we're playing every day, feel good, feel confident. But if you have a break for a week or two, you come back, you think, oh man, I'm not as good as I was 2 weeks ago.
I'm like this in basketball. We play Monday and Saturdays, but if I miss like 2 weeks, I come back and I'm like, takes me like a few weeks to get back into my rhythm, for sure.
Yeah, and yet, in all honesty, you haven't lost your skills. You've lost your confidence in your skills, and therefore I think your skills suffer, because you're not, like, for basketball, you're not putting up shots that you would have before gone, I can get this, and had a different mindset shooting, to now, oh man, I've been out of practice, and then you're less likely to get it in, right?
absolutely. And I guess, well, then that's the funny part of it. Like, why do we lose confidence when looking back at footage of ourselves doing these podcasts? Because that's not something that's like from a repetitive thing. This isn't a habit that we're losing confidence in, you know? Like,
Yeah, but
where does that come from?
I guess because we look at us now, like doing these podcasts, we're still such noobs at this. We're so new at this. It's not something that's comfortable for us. And so when we're looking at it from a real critical eye of, you know, like I said the other day, oh man, we're boring. You know, I said that, who'd want to watch our podcast? We're boring. And someone who was with me said, you're just saying that because you know who you are. You guys know each other. They said, for us, it's not boring at all. We enjoy watching you guys. Yeah. You know?
It was so true. When we filmed our physical health journey episode that we talked about, we both came out of it like, oh, I'm not sure, but the feedback was great. You know what I mean? Like, it's so funny because it's our story.
Yeah.
We're not as interested in it, I guess. But that's so interesting that you point that out, because I've never really looked at it this way. But we're just building our confidence.
Yeah.
We're building the habits. And I guess that's moving forward. That's how someone builds confidence.
Yeah.
Is by doing something continuously and having moments where you slip and you fall, but you get back up and you try again. And it's the exact same with habits. Like, it's so interesting seeing how habits and confidence are literally one and the same. When you build a habit, you build your confidence. And when you're more confident, you're more likely to fulfill those habits. Right? If you have a habit and you're confident in the gym, you're confident in the way you lift and all of that, and you go out of your way to start building a habit of growing muscles, you know, becoming a bodybuilder. When that confidence comes from those habits that you've built, they kind of just bounce back and forward. But it's when you slip, right? If one of those slip, it drags the other one down, right?
Yes, like, because when you're going to the gym and you go and you start to feel confident, you're more likely to keep going.
Yeah.
Right? And you're going because now it's gone from not being a thing I have to do to something I'm excited about, because you're confident in it. When you're confident in something, you're more likely to keep doing it, I think, because you're comfortable.
Yeah.
Or you can see results that you're looking for to achieve, you know. It's when you have, you know, like you said with us, with the podcast, and that we're not filming every day, so haven't got those habits yet of becoming really confident in what we do. We enjoy what we do.
Yeah, for sure.
And we're trying to get, I don't know when confidence will come and what we do in this, if it will come. But I feel like the key for us is that when we look at it and we're critical of ourselves, or we make mistakes, because we make mistakes on here, because we said we're unscripted. We come up with a topic sometimes just before we start. Or, like for some situation, I've just thrown the topic on you once we started, you know? So what happens when, you know, you think about a muscle, and when a muscle tears, like when you're training and it tears, gets a rupture, right? But then when it's healed, it grows more and more fiber and becomes actually stronger, right? And so when we watch our podcasts and our confidence is kind of taken a bit of a hit, we still come back. We still come back and film. Therefore, our confidence is going to get stronger. Our podcasts are going to get better, you know, as we become more confident in who we actually are in this space.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, I'm looking forward to that when we get that.
Yeah.
You know, and what that feels like.
Yeah, it reminded me of one of my favorite stories I've heard from a good friend of mine who talked about their father who served during the Second World War. And I just found it so fascinating. So their role was to infiltrate their own nation's naval, air force, and army bases. Basically, the idea being they wanted to test the security for those bases and those systems, right? And the person telling me about their father's experience, he just acted like the most confident person on earth, and he infiltrated so many bases. He was getting to places no person should be, other than very high up officers, but he would just walk in and act like he is the person that needs to be in that room. And I found it so fascinating. He one time infiltrated a naval frigate, and so he basically, before it took off, he walked on the boat, and they were like, "Wait, who are you?" And he was just like, "I'm meant to be on this boat," and walked on, full confidence, chest high, head up. And because of his confidence, he was able to infiltrate these bases, right? And he got a lot of people fired, a lot of people lost their jobs because of him, because their defense systems and their security wasn't as up to shape with what the nation wanted. But I just find that so fascinating, that confidence radiates and it can get you in so many different places, just if you act confident.
Where do you think the word con man comes from? What's con?
I don't know. Is it confidence?
It's confidence, right? And
incredible, though.
You know, because you get confidence in other people and you're confident within yourself. You have to be. You know, he sounds the perfect con man, you know, because of that, because he was able to infiltrate spaces because of his confidence, you know, and we see that in a lot of people out there who are catfishing and doing other stuff like that out in the world at the moment, who act with a lot of confidence.
You're talking about the bad stuff. I want to focus on the good side of confidence, please.
Okay, sorry.
So we talk about confidence, and I think it's so important that we have that confidence, that, hey, I belong, and put my chest up high, keep my head high, and be confident in who I am and grow from that, rather than someone questions you, your identity, your self-worth, and you let that take a hit on your confidence.
Well, they've done that to us on some of the comments on our podcast, right?
Which is great. We embrace it. I embrace it.
But you know, but we've stood by who we are, you know, and sometimes it takes, oh man, that kind of hurt a little bit, but then it's like, hang on, you know, we're confident in who we are. We know who we are. You obviously haven't watched it to be able to make that comment validly,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, well, I guess that's like the whole idea of fake it till you make it as well, right? If you don't have confidence, I truly believe you just fake that you have the confidence, and then it comes with time, right? If you're not a confident person in the gym, you just go, you show up and you're there and you do the right things. You fake it till you make it. You become more confident. You become habitual going to the gym. All of these things kind of start to fall into place. So I think fake it till you make it. It's a great place to start.
I hate that fake it till you make it, that comment, that way it's worded. But however, I see value in it at times, you know, because especially, you know, with confidence, like if someone's lacking confidence, the only way you're going to build confidence is by doing it in that specific area. And so sometimes it may mean that you have to fake it. Fake doesn't sit right with me, because it's almost like means dishonest. You know, it's a dishonest way of doing. You're not being true to yourself. So I would look at it more like, and yes, it probably will end up being the same thing, but when you want to build confidence in something, you just got to do it. You've got to go actually and have this belief that I'm going to be good in this, I'm just not there yet. You know, and it's shifting that it's that growth mindset. You know, like me, like I said, I want to get good at martial arts again and get confident in that again, right? First thing I need to do is actually go and get into it. You know, I can use all the excuses, I'm not fit, I'm not flexible, I can, you know, all these other excuses not to go. And as long as I don't go, I'm not going to get any more confident in it than I am now.
Yeah.
Right? But for me to going and faking it's not going to help, because I still ain't going to be able to stretch more than I can now. So that fake it till you make it mindset's not going to work. For me, it's like the growth mindset of, okay, I want to at least, you know, be the best that I can be at this stage of my life. And so to do that, I've got to actually take that leap of faith and go and do it. You know, and that goes with anything. Like, I don't get my PhD till I was in my 50s. You know, a lot of people by then would think, oh, I'm too old or whatever. But heck no, if you want to get it, go and do it. Go and do those things that you want to do regardless of age. You know, if you can go and if you want to become confident in something, take that step towards it. Go and do it. You know, yep, first time you might not be as good as you hoped you would be, but, you know, you just keep going. Like yoga. I went to a yoga class and I sucked. I had no confidence. I went in with no confidence, came out with even less confidence, you know. But then I was watching TV the other day and they said, when you do yoga, the first class is always the hardest. And I wish someone had told me that, because I might have gone back again, but I don't care enough about yoga to go back. But if it was martial arts, I would care.
Yeah, well, I think this is interesting because it goes beyond a yoga class. I think the first step is always the hardest in every journey, right? And when we talk about confidence, this is an interesting thought now, going back to what we discussed at the beginning. You have to put your pride on the line often in order to build confidence. To take that first step, you have to put your pride on the line. And then that's where the arrogance comes through, right? Because people are too arrogant where they won't take that first step. Because they're too prideful, they refuse to do those things to build the confidence, to build those habits. And it seeps through.
It's not just pride, though. I think it's values.
It's a factor of things.
Values, yeah,
factor
it is
of
a
things.
factor.
Pride is the one I'm talking about, though.
Yeah.
And with arrogance. So it's interesting. And I think, you know, it's super funny because this is my little nerd out now. A few years ago, wanted to build a PC. Never done it before in my life. Didn't know what the inside of a PC was. We grew up with a PlayStation 2. And then by the time I was like 17, we finally got a PlayStation 3. And that was basically the games that we played on. We had a few laptops actually, but that was the main thing. But one day I was like, you know, I want to build a PC because they're better and I think they're awesome. And I had no clue what I was doing. And the scary part about building a PC is you're putting money on the line too. It's not just pride you're putting on the line or your confidence that could be shot. No, you can lose money by doing it. And it's just cool now because I've just finished building my own PC. I just built one for my brother-in-law as well and my sister. And it's so cool. I'm so confident now building PCs and assembling these parts, but it's just from doing it repetitively and from studying it out, which is another part I wanted to touch on with building confidence, is to study things out, is to practice it, to do it, apply the things that you're learning, make it become a habit, do it repetitively. That's how you build confidence, right? Sometimes it is just blind confidence, but I would argue that true confidence comes through the studying it out in your heart and your mind as well, and doing it. That's where you build confidence.
So I think that's the key is that, you know, just go do it. Just do it.
Yeah.
Just go and do it. Give it a go. When you're talking about pride, is it pride or is it that we're just scared that other people are going to judge us? You know, and that's where it is pride, eh? But,
that's pride.
That's fear, you know, because I mean, if I went to a martial arts class now, I couldn't do any of the warm-up. I couldn't run anywhere, couldn't stretch anything, and that's enough to put me off. I'm more likely in my state, if I really want to get confidence in martial arts, for me to start, I'd need to get a personal trainer for a little bit to get me that confidence up. But everybody says, no, you just got to go and do it.
Yeah.
You just got to go and do it.
Put your pride to the side and just do it.
You know, yeah.
Just do it. Come on, you're talking about this.
I'll do
Practice what you preach.
I'll do it when I have a bit more time.
All right.
And I mean that genuinely. Like, you know my life at the moment. It's a little hectic.
We always can make time for the things we want.
Right, so at the moment I go to the gym to build up my muscle strength, so that when I do martial arts, I'm already going to have a good base strength there.
Well, now me and everyone watching this video is going to hold you accountable. And we want an update.
And if anyone out there who's skilled in Taekwondo, hit me up. I need a personal trainer, but I prefer Taekwondo because I love doing the katas. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, do it.
I think that's cool. Now we're going to hold you accountable to that.
Okay, so what are you going to build some confidence in that we can hold you accountable for?
Ooh, no, this is your thing.
No, you ain't getting off that easy.
No,
And it's got to be something out of your comfort zone, because doing martial arts is going to be out of my comfort zone. What's something that you love but you've never had the confidence to do?
You know, I said this at the beginning of the year, and I've completely hoped everyone forgot about it, but I was like, man, you know, I'd love to do a bodybuilding show one day.
Wow.
But I'll be terrified to do it, so I'm not going to
Terrified
say
why?
I'm going to do it. That's a lot of pride on the line, walking around in undies.
It's not even undies, it's a G-string.
Yeah,
You
so I
know?
wouldn't ever do that, but...
Well, you walk around in your undies at home all the time. What are you talking about? You just pretend you're
Not
at
for the
home.
podcast, please, all right?
Sheesh. There's
But,
no shame in our house.
Anyways...
No, okay. Why can we not hold you accountable for that?
No, because we're focused on you today.
No, we're not.
Yeah, this is your
minds
challenge.
in two minds.
Yeah, and
There's
so our
of
two
us.
minds are going to work together and get you back in
Okay,
the
so when do you want to
Taekwondo-
do your bodybuilding?
Are they called
shuffle?
dojos?
How are you going to start? Where do you start with that? Well, you started already.
Yeah, I just
You're
need
getting
to
confident in your body.
I need to commit to the cut, and we'll go from there. I've
Okay.
committed, though. My wife and I have laid out the path, so we're going to go for quite a hard cut and see how it goes.
Okay, so it's May. So by December, you're going to pose for the camera with your shirt off as if you were a bodybuilder. Okay, you don't have to go to a bodybuilder show because that's not, you know, the big thing. Or, yeah, and I will do a kata. Okay, December. Oh, I feel like sick to my stomach.
All right, babes, we're cutting extra hard now.
In November.
Babes, it's November, I'm still fat. What's going on? All right, hold us accountable. We appreciate you all for watching, and comment your own struggles and how you're going to build confidence in that. My thing with like bodybuilding is I love the gym. I'm there every day, but it's never kind of led to anything. And I'm not confident in what I look like. So maybe this will help.
Yeah.
Putting it out there. So
Change your mindset.
Yeah.
And me, I was confident, really confident in martial arts, and I'd love to feel a little bit of confidence again in martial arts.
let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we hope you enjoyed the episode. We've been
Into Minds, where heart
and hustle
meet the mic.
We'll see you next time.
Ka kite.
You think what I'm thinking?
Probably not.